The names Jimin and Jungkook seem to be constantly the subject of heated discussion among ARMY. Every small interaction, brief glance, or lighthearted joke between the two always sparks a wave of extraordinary speculation. However, this time, the rumors circulating feel much bolder than usual. It's no longer about holding hands or sitting close together, but rather a claim that has shocked many fans. Jikook is said to be bathing and sleeping together. The question is this just a rumor, or is there another meaning behind their closeness? It all started with a story that spread quickly on social media. Some fans linked it to old statements, live moments that felt too comfortable, and Jimin and Jungkook's habit of often appearing close to each other. For some ARMY, this is nothing new. They have long been familiar with Jikook's warm, laughter-filled, and very natural dynamic. However, for others, this rumor sounds too intimate to be considered normal. Interestingly, Jimin and Jungkook themselves have never explicitly addressed the matter. There has been no admission, no clarification, and no firm denial. Instead, their relaxed attitude, still joking around, still seeking each other out in crowds, still showing the same comfort, has fueled wild speculation. In the entertainment world, silence often speaks louder than words. Many ARMYs then try to look at it from a more realistic perspective. Living together, sharing space, and having routines with almost no privacy is common among idols, especially for those who have grown up together for years. Physical and emotional closeness may simply be a reflection of deep trust, not something that needs to be overinterpreted. On the other hand, it's hard to ignore the fact that Jikook does have a different bond. The way Jungkook looks after Jimin, or how Jimin seems most relaxed when he's around Jungkook, often feels like more than just fellow group members. Many fans call it each other's safe zone, a place where they can be themselves without the pressure of the stage or cameras. Rumors about showering and sleeping together have ultimately become a symbol of one thing: a very high level of comfort. For some ARMYs, this isn't about sensationalism, but proof of how strong Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is, whether as friends, family, or some other bond that only the two of them truly understand. What is certain is that, to this day, there is no official confirmation of these rumors. Everything that circulates remains in the realm of speculation and fan interpretation. However, one thing that cannot be denied is Jikook's chemistry, which always feels real, consistent, and impossible to ignore. Is this too intimate? Or is this actually a form of honesty in human relationships that we rarely see in the entertainment industry? The answer may be different for everyone, but for ARMY, one thing remains the same. Jimin and Jungkook, together or apart, always manage to make the world pause for a moment to pay attention. Continuing from there, the most interesting part of this rumor is not the claim itself, but the reactions that followed. ARMY was divided into various points of view, but they all stemmed from the same emotion, a deep concern for Jimin and Jungkook as human beings, not just idols. Some fans chose to be protective. They remind us that privacy boundaries must be maintained, regardless of how close they appear on screen. From this perspective, rumors about showering and sleeping together are considered hyperbole born from exaggerated moments. They emphasize that the comfort between two people who have lived together for years may seem too close to outsiders, but for the people involved, it is normal. However, there are also ARMYs who see it from an emotional perspective. They don't focus on the literal details, but rather on the implied message that Jimin and Jungkook have such a strong bond that their togetherness feels limitless. In a world full of demands, busy schedules, and camera flashes, finding someone who can make you feel safe even in the simplest of circumstances is something very precious. If we take a step back and look at Jikook's journey since their debut, this pattern has actually been forming for a long time. They grew up together from a very young age, going through training, the pressure of debuting, criticism, and global fame. In the process, their relationship evolved from mere training partners to figures who understand each other without needing many words. It's no wonder that many of their moments feel so intimate, even without excessive touching. Interestingly, Jimin and Jungkook often show this closeness not on the big stage, but in small moments. Soft laughter, brief glances, or waiting for each other. These are the things that make rumors spread easily because their closeness feels consistent, not contrived. Ultimately, these rumors raise a bigger question. Why is emotional closeness between two people often immediately labeled as sensational? Why are comfort and trust considered too intimate just because they are public figures? In many cultures, close friendships are normal, but when it happens to idols, the meaning often changes in the public eye. Jikook themselves seem to answer everything in their own way. Without lengthy clarifications, without drama, without changing their attitude. They remain as they always have been, warm, friendly, and sincere. It's as if they want to say that no matter what people think, their relationship is not defined by rumors, but by the experiences they have built together over the years. Perhaps this is why Jikook is always an endless topic of discussion. Not because of the sensationalism, but because they represent a relationship that feels real in the midst of an entertainment world that is often full of pretense. Whether it's called friendship, family, or some other special bond, one thing is clear. The closeness between Jimin and Jungkook cannot be explained by a single word or rumor. Do they shower and sleep together? There is no evidence, no confirmation, and perhaps there is no need for any. Because the essence of all this talk is not about the sensational details, but about the closeness that feels real and consistent. A closeness that did not appear suddenly, was not created for the cameras, and has not changed even as time goes by. What is often forgotten is that intimacy doesn't always mean romantic, and comfort doesn't always need to be explained. There are relationships so deep that they don't need any labels. Jikook, in its own way, shows that safety, trust, and warmth can exist in a very simple form, yet feel powerful to anyone who sees it. As ARMY, perhaps our best role is not to judge or force answers, but to respect. Respect their boundaries, respect their choices, and respect the relationship that only the two of them truly understand. Because in the end, whatever the definition of Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is, the most important thing is their own happiness and comfort.